Hello everybody, this is Incognito, and I wanted to get this out of my room, and I don't know why I haven't finished this up, just laziness I guess, but this is the bottle caps and pull tabs and some of the aluminum that I've found over the last 3 weeks. Okay, so I'm going to show you some of the things that I've picked up, all the treasure trash, so I can put this all in my scrap and into my bins, get it out of my way. I just been kind of horsing around here and doing other things and had things to do. I wanted to show you some of the things that I got here. This was in the parks, and I showed most of this shorts, not most of it, some of it, but I have everything from stainless steel spoons and keys, excuse me, to what I think might be a weapon of some kind. This is just a piece of pipe. It says it's from Indonesia. It looks like it might have been part of an exercise equipment thing, but they got tape on either end of it, and it was in the parking lot of a Walmart, of all things. And so interesting things I find. You never know what that might have been. That might have been some kind of weapon, or it could have been for breaking out windows in cars, trying to get into cars. Could have been just a handle that they were going to, pull things around with. I don't know. Your imagination just goes wild when you're out there looking and finding these things. And, here's my corny pair of glasses that I found in the park. And there's, even little things like a glass jug, surface find, and a Pez, anything and everything that shines. In the park, we found this little pearl earring. It's not real, but it's a little bling, a little jewelry, and another little piece of jewelry that we found in the park. And there's a little piece of citrine, I think, but it's just bling, but shiny things, shiny, and a pair of clippers. And these are good clippers too. These aren't all rusted up. These are good to go. Just sterilize those and you can use them. And find some good stuff. And you find a lot of trash too. You find stuff like this that you can't imagine what it used to be. I think it's aluminum. I think it's probably part of a screen door or something like that. But like I said, your imagination goes wild. And we got a Pikachu! Even things like corks, must have been out of some type of wine bottle, and it's awful big, though, a big cork. And then in the Walmart parking lot, I found this bling earring. And something interesting here, this is, I think, maybe a cap off something, maybe some kind of makeup or something like that. But you know what? It's gold, and when you see the edge of it, it makes you think, And then you find itty bitty things like this here. And there's a little piece of jewelry, and don't know what it came off of. Little decoration, but everything from the little stuff to the big stuff, and lighters that work. And then chunks of stuff that you just don't have any idea what they are. But treasure trash. And then you find stuff that could be used again. You've got surface finds that these can be used. I can use that on a strap. And anyway, good stuff. This was funny. This almost hit 10,000 views because I made a joke about this might be drug paraphernalia. That was funny. That was funny. Okay, and then we got over here. Oh, this is something interesting. See, I found this in a park, a new park that I'd never been to. And I always find these little things, little dolls. And guess what? This was in a park about 20 miles. No, not 20 miles. Probably about 10 miles from this one. And look at there. They work together. Ta-da! Got a whole doll. But I always find the bodies, and most of the time, this little piece is broken off. So they're not good for anything, but I pick them up anyway, get them out of the park. But then I found the one that had the part on it, and found the head in another park. So cool. And then I like these. I like the pins. I collect these. This is a sports pin. And oh, good stuff like this is all treasure trash. And it's, you know, a waterproof plug cover or light switch cover. Not the plug, it's a light switch, I think. Anyways, I get dangerous things off the beach, like, you know, sharp steak knives and good stuff. And this is something interesting. We'll be talking about this a little later. And we got brass buttons. Yeah, that was, I think it might be brass coated or something. It's a little corroded, but still shiny button. It wasn't shiny when I found it. It was all crusty and everything. But this was shiny when I found it. And I think everybody that's watching me might have remembered this at the beach 3 Mondays ago. And so I'm going to put all that stuff away. Something more interesting. Oh, here's a spoon or a fork, or I think, yeah, a spoon or a fork. I don't think it was a knife, but it looks like it might have been interesting at one time. It had, you know, some kind of inlaid handle, and that was pretty cool. And we find ink pens all over the place. This I found, and this was in a tot lot at a lake resort. And, you know, these are dangerous. They're sharp, and kids can accidentally hurt each other with them, but it's not there now. So, and this would have been some pretty little hair clip for a young lady, but it's all corroded in the sand and gone. Now, this is something really interesting. Now, I found this in the sand at the beach of a lake. And, you know, this was probably about 100 yards from this key that was in the parking lot close to our car. And when I put them together, they're an exact match. Check that out. Oh, come on, focus. Here. Can you focus just for a second? Oh, there we go. Okay, that's close enough. But they're an exact match. 2 exact keys, 100 yards apart in the same place. That's one of the interesting things. And somebody went fishing. Here, there's a fishing hook on a line. It's on a stick. So somebody was fishing. That's the way I used to fish. I used to catch crappie and perch and, you know, little fish. That's fun. And this was interesting. I find a lot of things interesting. You can tell, right? Oh, zoom out. Okay. I found a half a horseshoe. Now, this is not a horseshoe. You know, this is a pitching horseshoe, but only half. So, interesting. It's on a beach. I I guess they might have been playing horseshoes and broke this and took everything but this. But anyway, and we find good things like this that people lose. That's a good charger. I'm sure that it works. And lots of lead from the beach area. And well, here you go. Shotgun head stamp on the beach. And a button. I haven't cleaned this button up yet, but I expect it to be something interesting because it's got a little bit of an interesting look to it. But anyway, I'll clean that up. And then the latest stuff that I got here. This looks like I found this in a creek that runs along, an old creek that runs along a park. And this is just a inside to a motor of some kind. This was a copper winding, so there's a lot of copper there. That's heavy. So, and close to that, I found an old pair of vice grips, and we found a nice sized wrench. But this has been like years ago. This had been in the water for a long time in the creek. And another thing that was interesting about this is lead sheeting. Now this, they used to use this on buildings to plug holes and keep vermin out and everything. That's quite a bit of lead there. That was interesting too. Then another pair of glasses. I like finding glasses and making funny faces, but of course my face is already funny. And then I had a short about the fork here, and this is, been hit by the lawnmower or whatever in the park. It was and this, I still haven't figured out exactly what kind of tool this is, but I know it's a tool. It has a drill in there, has a drill bit, but it's covered. I was thinking router or something like that, but no, it's not the size for a router. It would be shorter. I'm not sure. I got to look this up. I got to find one. I haven't been able to find one like it, so maybe I'm going to take it into the tool store and see if there's somebody that recognizes it. But I love interesting things, especially things that I don't know what they are. I like to find out. But anyway, if anybody knows what this is used for and can tell me how it's used, make a comment. Make a comment on anything. Here's something. I found a whole bunch of these things, and they were, spread out over about a 10-yard place. And I figured it out. It's a master lock, the ones that's just a whole bunch of plates together. And I found not the whole thing, but a lot of it. And this is in a sports field, and found some weird stuff too, like this little gushy Santa Claus hat. What's that doing out in the park? I mean, some kid was carrying it around, but you know what? You sit there and it's got little balls in it, and it's gushy, and it kind of, stress reliever to pinch the little balls. And so then I found a double bubble slot machine reel. Somebody broke up a slot machine. Lots of goodies. I got like over $1 in Zinkins. I got like 13 coppers and 5 nickels and $2 in dimes. I got $3.50 worth of quarters. And then this is interesting, and I just put this on. I found all of these coins. 1 American dime. Got 1 American dime. And then I have an Israeli coin from Israel. I have a Czechoslovakian coin and a Salvadoran coin and a Greek coin and 1 American dime. all in the same coin spill. So that was a cool find. So a lot of other things. There's a piece of lead. It looks like a sinker. And I think that it probably has a metal, steel loop there that's all corroded. But that's a good chunk of lead. And then these are always fun. Here you go, a vape cartridge. So, and then there's this stuff here. I found this in the creek, and now I've looked at it a little better, and that's a nail. And I think, no, it's just a chunky nail, and but when it's just a big wad of rust, you imagine all kinds of things might be there. And then I got the big stuff. I got this piece of pipe here, and another piece of pipe. This has been down there in the creek a long time. And I got what looks to be like an old stove burner top, a really old one. I remember this type being on like a really old 30s, 40s stove. But anyway, then you got newer stuff. You got the plate off of something. This looks like a motor skid plate off of something. And this was laying down by the creek, but it wasn't in the creek. So this came off of something. Somebody just tossed it in there. And so anyways, you know what? I got a lot of treasure trash here. I got some treasure. I got this little bitty thing here. I got lots of little bitty things, but this was interesting to me. This is a little, whoop! This is a little card, little silver card. Teeny. Makes me feel good that I don't miss the little things, that I can get all this big junk and everything, all this big treasure trash, but now it's going into. I like to find the good tools though, because they are usable. So anyway, there we go. And then we just pick up little stuff like this too. This is glittering all over the ground at the beach at the lake. Somebody had been beading down there or something, doing some bedazzling or something, and lost a whole bunch of them. So I picked them up, and just to have something to do. And is there anything else interesting in all this treasure trash besides batteries? Now this was kind of interesting. I'm not sure what this is. It looks like a handle to a tool, but it's metal. And I haven't seen one of these metal like this. Generally they're plastic, and the screwdriver goes in the end. But all right, guys, enough boring stuff. Thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. Hit that notification bell so you can see my next misadventure. There'll be a lot of them. And oh, I got something to show you. I'm going to be making these, and this is pinpointer cover that fits the Garrett. And we have one that will fit the Mine Labs also, and I believe that'll fit the Nocta as well. So these, they'll be on an Amazon site real soon. We have to get clearance for these. But the spade that I've been using, the link to that is in the description below. And you guys, you can help me out by you know, maybe getting one of these from my site. So they're really tough, and we're going to have some more products. And this is going to be one of my products. It was something similar to this. It'll be a little smaller, and we're going to have like products that you'll really enjoy. Okay, so you have a great day. You you guys are awesome. You help me out here. Give me some watch hours. I'm really needing to get up there. I'm just about to 1,000, so I'm a quarter of the way there for watch hours. I got plenty of subs, but I would like for you to subscribe if you haven't already. So, love to share with you what I do. It's fun. Look at all this. Look at all this treasure trash. All right. Let's have a good one. God bless you all. Take care. Till my next misadventure. See ya.